the entire Gaza city. But we are prepared also for that eventuality.
All right, sir. Stay on with us as we track more updates from the Middle East. We're now learning that an Israeli drone attack near the Syrian capital has so far killed 3 soldiers of the 44th Division of the Syrian army in Kiswah. Although an external war monitor, which is a Britain-based Syrian observatory for human rights, has stated that the toll was higher. Israel, meanwhile, carried out hundreds of strikes in Syria since an Islamist-led alliance toppled longtime ruler Bashar al-Assad in December. Since Assad's overthrow, Israel has, in fact, patrolled the demilitarized zone of the UN on the formerly Syria-controlled side of the armistice line, including the summit of Mount Hermon, the region's highest peak. Still with us on the broadcast is Mr. Yossi Kupawasser. He's joining us live from Tel Aviv. Interesting developments have been taking place as far as Syria is also concerned. We do know that Al-Shura had earlier confirmed advanced talks were taking place between Syria and Israel, and US envoy had also met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu with regards to this. So where do you see the Israel-Syria equation heading towards next? Because the US is now attempting to mediate over here.
Well, I think that with the new Syria, what is going on is that we are in the midst of an effort to reach some sort of a security understanding that may be translated into some sort of security agreement that would guarantee that the southern part of Syria will not be an area from which terror attacks can be launched towards Israel, and that would also guarantee that the safety of the Druze community that lives on the other side of southern Syria, in the Jabal Druze, in the mountain of the Druze. We are moving in this direction while there are still all kinds of threats emanating from this territory. And if there was really an Israeli attack, it probably was aimed at some terrorists that were trying to deploy over there, maybe with the support of the Syrian troops, that most of them are former jihadists, that we are very concerned about their deployment next to our border.
Indeed, and speaking of the northern border, there's been a lot of talk about Lebanon as well. Just yesterday, the United States has emphasized that they're looking at Lebanon presenting a plan for Hezbollah's disarmament by the 31st. Do you see any such plan resulting in any concrete action finally catalyzing in the near future?
Well, there's very impressive pressure built on Hezbollah to disarm. And the Americans are putting pressure on the Lebanese government to move forward with preparing this plan and then executing the plan. The problem is whether they are going to execute the plan. They can put on paper all kinds of plans. That's nice. But and it's courageous by itself. But this is not enough. They will have to execute the plans. So what we heard from the leadership of Hezbollah, from Naim Qassem, the Secretary General of Hezbollah, is that they are not going to cooperate with this plan. They are going to resist and refuse to disarm themselves. And this is a big question mark. Are the Lebanese armed forces ready and able to disarm Hezbollah by force? That's something that nobody wants to see happening, but taking into account the Hezbollah policy of refusing to disarm, that might be the case. We, as in Israel, the government has issued a statement saying that if there's going to be progress on actually disarming Hezbollah, then Israel is going to take all kinds of gestures towards the Lebanese government to enable it to prove that disarming Hezbollah pays off. But until that happens, we are skeptical about whether it's going to happen or not, and we are not going to risk our security just in order to support the Lebanese government in something that is, for the time being, only on paper.
All right, sir. I'd like to thank you so much for taking our time speaking to us.